what's going on, dudes? It's another video here. Welcome back to another video here on my channel. It's David, and now, as you guys can see, I am wearing an Inter Milan jersey. Now, I haven't talked about Inter Milan for the past couple months, ever since the whole Mario Kart situation's been going on. I've been staying quiet, watching Inter go through this transfer window ever since the beginning of July to now. We're in the middle of August. See the signings that we made. We made Politano permanent. We signed Nicola Varela on a loan to make it permanent. We signed Stefano Sensi. We signed Valentino Lazaro. And then now we have finally found a man to replace the disrespectful Mauro Icardi in our team. And the guy that has replaced him is, of course, the one and only Romelu Lukaku. Yes, we signed Romelu Lukaku yesterday for 75 million euros, $84 million, and 69 million pounds. Now, I just want to say this real quick. The way Manchester United were kind of holding this up until yesterday was kind of ridiculous, because they wanted more money from what they signed when they signed him from Everton. I think they signed him for about 75 million pounds. Lukaku, I can understand if Lukaku had scored a whole bunch of goals or a decent amount of goals in the past 2 seasons, but he didn't really score that much goals. He scored a goal every now and again throughout the season for Manchester United, so I don't see how you want that much money for a guy that basically did not perform for you guys. And now, as an Inter fan, I'm very happy, but when it comes to Lukaku as a striker, he is too overweight. I feel like he's sluggish, and he needs somebody up there to help with them to score goals. Now, apparently, we're trying to get a second striker who is Eddie and Dzeko to go alongside of him. And Eddie and Dzeko is another signing I'm just not sure of because he's old. Eddie and Dzeko's 33, 34, so he's not going to be very, very quick. He's not going to be very, he is a very good goal scorer, but he's not very quick. And then we have Lautaro Martinez on the bench. And we still have Mauro Icardi there, but we're not going to play Mauro Icardi at all because we're still trying to sell him. The rumor going around right now is that we can possibly swap Icardi with Dybala. Icardi plus money for Dybala, which I would absolutely love Inter to do, because Inter have a history of having good Argentinian players at their club, and this would just be... that would just be the one that takes Antonio Conte's Inter to the top. Dybala, Lukaku, Dzeko, and I've heard we're actually trying to sign Milinkovic-Savic if we sell Icardi. If we can get both Dybala and Milinkovic-Savic, we are going to win the league. I'm not going to lie, we are going to win this league. Milinkovic-Savic, Dybala, and Lukaku, those 3 signings, those 3 Inter signings would be very, very well. They'd be just very, very awesome. Now, Antonio Conte has wanted, ever since Antonio Conte has joined Inter Milan, Antonio Conte has said he wanted 2 strikers, and that he didn't want Icardi at the team. The 2 strikers that he mostly wanted were Lukaku at first, and then Eddie and Dzeko. Lukaku being the most toughest one because Manchester United wanted a lot of money, but Antonio Conte was sure that Inter would be able to secure a deal with Manchester United as the Premier League transfer window closed last night, or I think yesterday afternoon in terms of my time, which is Eastern Standard Time, but last night in terms of British Standard Time. But Antonio Conte has wanted Lukaku ever since he was at Juventus when he was playing for Chelsea. And then when he was at Chelsea, he wanted Lukaku, and Lukaku signed for United. So now that he has finally gotten his striker, and I think Lukaku will definitely score goals for Inter Milan. This is, of course, like I said before, our 5th signing of the transfer window. We have signed I completely forgot about this. The first 3 signings were Stefano Sensi, Diego Godin, and Valentino Lazaro. I think that's his name. Those were our 3 first signings. I don't know I count Politano's signing when we just made his loan deal permanent. The 4th signing was Nicola Varela, and this 5th signing is Lukaku. And we still have more signings to come. Conte still wants another striker. He wants a new left back. We're in talks right now with Bayern Munich to sell Ivan Perisic to them, and then we could still possibly get Dybala with a swap deal with Icardi, and then there's still a plan to get Milinkovic-Savic if we do sell Icardi and we don't get Dybala. And either way, those signings I would be completely fine. And the reason why I'd be fine with this is because Lukaku is in his prime. Dzeko's past his prime, but he's still a good goal scorer, and he's a very good team leader. And then we have Lautaro Martinez as a second, bench striker or a second striker if we don't sign Eddie and Dzeko, which means Lautaro Martinez can get a lot of playing time this season. He can learn from Lukaku, or he can learn from Eddie and Dzeko if he plays alongside one of those, and he can just become a very good goal scorer for Inter Milan. But in terms of this team right now that Antonio Conte is building, we're going to have Skriniar at left center back, Godin at middle center back, De Vrij at right center back. Right now, I would say Dalbert's at left mid. Right mid, I would put Lazaro because he's a right wing back / right mid. The two defensive midfielders would be Brozovic, and I think, that's actually kind of tough. Brozovic and Vecino. Center attacking mid, or center mid, would be Nicola Barella, and the two strikers ahead of him at center attacking mid, it could possibly Politano, because he can play there. And then at striker, we would have Lukaku, and I would hope Lautaro Martinez, because I would just love that, to be honest, because I like Lautaro Martinez. I think he's a very good striker, and I think he has the possibility of becoming a one-club person with Inter Milan. If we continue giving him game time and he continues scoring goals, I think he can score more goals than Mario Icardi. But other than that, this signing is just very, very well. I'm proud of Inter Milan for getting this signing done. 75 million euros. It's our record, our record deal, our transfer record deal. I think the previous one before this was like João Mario when we signed him for like 40 million, but now we just absolutely shattered that. And in terms of this market for Lukaku, that's a very, very good price for a 6'2" Belgian striker. The only thing I think he really needs to do is just lose a bit of weight, and then Lukaku will definitely be the perfect striker, perfect goal scorer for Inter Milan. And who knows, he could be the top goal scorer in Serie A this season, but he's gonna have to compete alongside Ronaldo as top goal scorer, Insigne, what's his name? Dries Mertens. I don't know. I was thinking of Insigne's first name. Dries Mertens. Then Milan, you got who they just signed. They got Rafael Leao, a guy we were actually linked with a couple of weeks ago. They signed him for 33 million pounds, 33 million euros. But other than that, this season is going to be very exciting for Inter Milan, and I'm very excited to see it. Now, when the transfer window is coming to an end, I will do a Serie A prediction, and I will predict like the whole table of the Serie A, and I will go through that. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.